Hello and welcome to my obesity project. So, to first look into obesity around the world, we have to know some definitions first. What does overweight mean? Overweight is an excessive or burdensome weight that you carry on your body. What is obesity? Obesity is a condition characterized by the excessive accumulation and storage of fat in the body. What does underweight mean? It is a weight below normal average or requisite weight. And finally, what is normal weight? Normal weight is a weight where it is comfortable for light to moderate exercise. How to determine if you're normal weight, overweight, underweight, or obese? By most international standards, you could find if you are within the optimal weight by measuring your BMI. Your BMI is a measure of your weight in relationship to your height. Health authorities worldwide mostly agree that people with BMI of less than 18.5 are underweight. A BMI of between 18.5 and 25 is ideal. Somebody with a BMI between 25 and 30 is classed as overweight, and a person with a BMI over 30 is obese. However, these are not always the case. What does being fit mean, and how does one know if they're fit or unfit? Well, what does fit actually mean? It means to be healthy. How does one know if they're fit or unfit? Well, you'll know when you're fit simply by how you feel. You should feel guilt-free and stress-free. Physical activity should also play a big role in your life. In other words, you should be able to walk up a flight of stairs without feeling winded. You could also do a BMI or RHR test. Using MyPlate is one of the biggest ways to plan your meals. There's also many types of diets to choose from. You can achieve and maintain a healthy weight. However, if your calories are not sufficiently trimmed, your weight cannot drop. Most fad diets will help you lose weight for a short time only and usually in an unhealthy way. Instead of a fad diet, make small changes to your current diet. Then make a few more and a few more. Trim portions, don't skip meals, double up on vegetables, and keep a food record because it makes you think about what you're eating. The other half of the calorie equation is the number of calories you use, and the only part of that you have much control over is physical activity. And finally, weight control requires lifelong effort, so don't stop working out or stuff like that. According to the World Obesity Organization, 26% of men are obese and 50% of women are obese in Egypt. The Egyptian perspective towards body size has always favored the Kaddish as a sign of wealth and prosperity. In America, 38% of men are obese, 42% of women are obese. This is due to multiple things, but the most common would obviously be our fast food and crappy diets. Since the mid 1900s, fast foods, restaurants, and instant foods became very popular, and the health of the regular citizens weren't very good. In Japan, an amazing 4% of men and 3% of women are obese, the lowest obesity rate by far for both men and women on this list. The main reason why is because they are healthy culturally. Almost every meal in Japan contains rice, meats, and vegetables, and not cereal or PB&J and quick meals. The life expectancy is 84 years old, but the biggest reason in our modern day for why lots of are obese is all the hours spent on commutes, trapped in non-moving vehicles, the dependence on elevators, the overtime desk jobs, as well as other features of our sedentary lifestyle, all in aid in adding those layers of fat to our bodies. What are some health impacts in carrying extra body weight? Some of the most common problems seen in people who carry excess weight are high blood pressure and unhealthy levels of cholesterol and other fats in the blood. Both can lead to concurrent health problems like heart disease and strokes. Other effects could be diabetes, certain types of cancer, sleep apnea, osteoarthritis, fatty liver disease, and kidney disease. What are some common impacts that obesity has on these countries? Well, healthcare costs are boosted due to the number of obese people. Bad health problems affect obese people in the world. In America and Japan, the ideal body is what's going on in everyone's mind, and in Japan, you would stand out to the general public. But does this change from country to country? Well, of course. Different countries have different standards for the ideal weight. For instance, you would stand out more if you were a little overweight in Hawaii, but you might be considered fit in Nauru or Kuwait. How can you take personal responsibility for the international obesity epidemic? There isn't much you could do to get someone else to start getting fit. Some things that could help people around you would be to motivate or encourage your friends and peers. Share your diets and exercise routines. Educate and help them get started. Do you think governments should play a role in addressing the obesity epidemic? Should the government address the obesity epidemic? What should they do? I think the government should address the obesity epidemic. In America, the government has already put out multiple prevention and treatment guidelines, such as encouraging healthy choices, preventing obesity in children, and posting physical activity levels. This is a good amount of involvement with the obesity epidemic. Thank you for listening to my obesity project.